Tim, I am greatly offended right now.
Wait. Why? What happened?
Well, AEW has pissed me off.
Wait, what?
Yes.
We love AEW.
I know.
We love AEW.
I know I do.
So-
I know. But they have pissed me off, and I don't know if I can be a fan anymore. Couple weeks ago, Orange Cassidy was on commentary, and you cannot believe the things that came out of that man. They, wow, they had to they couldn't even constantly have bleeps because other people were talking, so they just muted him. They had to mute him. It was disgusting. It was disgusting, Tim. I am outraged over this. Hashtag fire OC. That's it. That's it. And he's a dangerous worker, too. He hurts people.
Wait. Outside of yes, he's anyone who steps in a ring with Orange Cassidy. What? We love Orange Cassidy.
No. He finally he let the true nature of himself out there on commentary. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of As the Buckle Turns. I'm Adam.
I'm Tim.
All right, Tim. How's it going?
Fine. I don't have anything to do outside of finding a job, but you actually have to go back to work, so it sucks to be you.
I'm back
Actually,
at
no,
work. That's right.
No, I'm envious of you. God.
Yeah, okay, so, the first week of quarantine, the first week of April, I lost the month of April, okay? The first week, I had an idea of what to do, and I stayed to a schedule. The last week of April, I was losing days. It was one of those that, any one of those days, the day following it was Thursday, the day before was Monday. Next week was, 4 hours from now. I didn't know what was going on anymore.
You're confused when, hours after we finish recording, I'm asking you about when we can record next?
Yes, that type of thing. Oh, but we do have...
Quarantine, it's been weird. I've been used to, doing, staying at home for a long time periods before.
Mm-hmm.
But, I wish I had a job right now because I am sick and tired of just being in my apartment and not being able to do anything because I don't have the money to go do else because I have to pay bills.
I understand everyone needs to stay safe, spreading a virus is a terrible thing through, just social interaction. It happens. I'd like to be able, now that I'm able to do it, I like being able to go to work again. At least do something during the day. I understand, in a very small way, I understand people who are going, I don't want to be home anymore. I understand that. The problem is, what else are you going to, social interaction isn't going to be a thing for a while. You're not going to bars. You're not going to restaurants. You might be able to, by appointment, start going and getting your hair cut again, but mostly it's, I just wanted to go back to work. I work in a factory.
Yeah. So, we'll see. Let's not get on with that. We have a packed show. We have our first predictions since WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. WrestleMania was kind of weird.
Yeah. So we did our predictions. We didn't give a shit about WrestleMania because it's WWE.
Yeah.
It's Money in the Bank. I don't give a shit about Money in the Bank. Though I will say I am very interested in the Money in the Bank matchup this year because of how they're doing it.
Right. I'm still,
they're giving...
it. For me, it's an oddity in, attraction to it. I'm just the hell are they planning on doing?
Yeah. Well, the whole thing, the idea is like because they're doing like the cinematic version for a ladder match, which actually I think is a really cool idea.
Okay.
First off, because you can film it in parts. The wrestlers aren't risking their bodies for no one in the arena
Right.
for these spots.
Oh yeah. That's
Also, they're also doing it at Titan Towers.
true. That for me is the weirdest part.
Yeah, you have to go up to the top, then climb a ladder to get the briefcase. And the women and men's are going on at the exact same time. Oh, and by the way, AJ Styles threatened to throw off the other two men from Raw off the Titan Towers.
Okay.
So and they've been teasing that there's probably gonna be getting they're gonna do a big stunt. So obviously it's gonna be AJ Styles who gets thrown off and dies again.
So WrestleMania, he gets buried alive, randomly comes back, the week before Money in the Bank.
Yep. And then
Money in the Bank, I want him tossed off the roof. And then the week before the next pay-per-view, comes back onto Raw. Like nothing happened.
Here's the thing: is I want it to be like a big spot where like everyone's trying to get him to fall off the roof for the men, but no one can seem to do that. It's between him and Baron Corbin, and then it's like a black mass to Corbin, but Corbin ducks it, or he gets hit by the black mass, but he stumbles when he falls. He actually pushes AJ off.
It's just a bump into AJ, basically.
Yeah, and Corbin falls. He's fine, but AJ falls off falls off. Or I just want a black mass to AJ and he goes off over the edge.
Oh my god! Yes.
Oh! Even better yet. Mind-blowing change here. Orange Cassidy shows up and gives AJ Styles one of his greatest ever super kicks. And here's the thing. AJ sells it. Like, he throws himself off the building. Like...
No. I have it.
Oh, so you gotta be a one-upper. I see how it is.
Oh, yeah, totally. Totally, I'm going to one-up you on this one. And you know where I'm going. Owen Hart shows up. It scares AJ, and AJ falls off the roof. Is that in bad taste?
Well, there just goes our three listeners for this episode.
Okay, no,
they're
but
not watching anymore.
In reality, you could instead have The Undertaker show up. It scares AJ. He falls off the roof. Or he jumps off to get away from The Undertaker.
No. I want if Undertaker's showing up, I want him to chokeslam him off the building.
Okay, chokeslam. But yes, and then the week before the next pay-per-view, and this just keeps happening. This is going to be, remember basically the summer of AJ's balls getting kicked?
Yeah.
It's going to be that, but it's going to be AJ being killed by The Undertaker.
No. I know what should happen. It shouldn't be Undertaker this time.
Okay.
It shouldn't be Undertaker. It should be Sting. Because they actually have history from TNA, so that you can have that going on.
Oh my god.
It's just like, which builds to Sting killing AJ at SummerSlam after he just kills him after throwing him off the building.
Oh my god, yes. Yes, please. I want this to be the year of AJ dies at pay-per-views.
And then at next year's WrestleMania, it's revealed that he's been dead the whole time.
Yeah.
And none of this.
The character of AJ Styles has been dead since WrestleMania last year. Oh, and it happens next year during the Firefly Funhouse match with The Fiend.
Yeah, with Bray Wyatt, and he's just like, yeah, you've been dead this whole time.
AJ, you're dead. What? No, I'm not. Yes.
Undertaker buried you. You couldn't breathe.
You were thrown off a roof. You literally goes through all of them in reverse order. He's in fact, actually, the first time you died was WrestleMania. You were buried.
Yeah, it's like why wouldn't you notice how you didn't win the Royal? No one tossed you over the Royal Rumble because you weren't in there.
Yeah.
It was a dream. You just thought you were.
You're a ghost, man.
You know why you didn't get burned? You didn't actually get burned during your Ring of Fire match at Survivor Series? Because what about being tossed off a building? Because you were buried alive this time last year.
And it just ends with AJ dissipating.
And AJ's just like, well, that sucks.
And then he dusts. It's like,
Yeah.
and as he's dusting, he does look at the Fiend and goes, "I don't," and that's it. I don't feel so good, Mr. Fiend. Okay,
all right, so we have our predictions.
That is horrible, but that's a great WWE. Why are you not doing that this year? Please do that.
Oh, it's Friday. We're recording on this on a Friday for a change because someone had to cancel the last minute.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, that's not Monster.
No, you got to do the do though.
Hold on. It's like unleash the beast.
Okay, hold on a second. Just because they're not our corporate sponsor, but I keep trying to get them anyway. Unleash the beast, monster. Ladies and gentlemen.
Monster. Nice. Shut up.
Anyway.
But anyway, we have our predictions of Money in the Bank.
Yes.
This is taking right off of Wikipedia of yesterday. So if they added another matchup tonight on SmackDown, we'll add it. It just won't be on this recording. And we'll just have to come in and make our own prediction. Again, because it's WWE and I don't give a shit right now, well, we don't have any questions.
Nope.
Which I'm pretty sure that will change because I just thought of a question, but...
Damn you!
It's the obvious question. Who's going off the side of the building?
Who's falling off Who's falling off from Titan Towers?
Yeah, basically. Who's going over?
You know we're both agreeing
edge.
on AJ, right?
Yeah, we're probably. Oh, we draw. We get AJ right. Fuck, we drew again.
Double draw.
Double draw. That means we goes to the simulation that you suck at.
Yeah. The simulation even has AJ falling off the roof. You're like, huh, okay. Okay. So,
okay,
I don't have any of the
here are
matches in front of me because my phone is about to die.
So, here are the matches. We have, for the women's Money in the Bank, we have Asuka, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella. We have Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin, Otis, and AJ Styles.
Okay.
Then we have Braun defending the Universal Championship against Bray Wyatt, not The Fiend.
Okay. All right.
We have Bayley defending the Women's SmackDown Championship against Tamina.
Okay.
We have Drew McIntyre defending the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins. And we have the New Day defending the SmackDown Tag Team Championships against Miz and John Morrison, the Forgotten Sons, and Lucha House Party. Wow. We all know who's going to win that one. It's obviously the Lucha House Party.
Well, yeah. That's a ladder match,
what
right?
Happens. No.
No?
It's just a tag match.
Okay. A fatal four-way tag team match.
So we're going to actually start with that matchup because the Forgotten Sons were recently called up from NXT. They were a three-man group who never really got over in NXT. The favorite thing to do when they were in the ring was the NXT audience going, "We forgot you."
Because they're the Forgotten Sons.
Yeah. But there was Wesley Blake, who was was Buddy Murphy's original tag team in NXT.
Okay.
When Alexis Bliss was down there and their manager. So he's part of that. What's his name from TNA?
Yeah, that guy.
I can't think of his name. But I can't think of his name. Hold on. Only there's a magical device.
Oh, of course there's a magical device. All of my devices are currently being used for doing something. Or sitting in a box. I've got a brand new computer. Oh.
I know. It's like, come on, Tim, let's do this. I want to go and play with my...
I want to set this thing up, okay?
I want to set this thing up.
I want to find out
Jackson
if my
Riker
Elgato
is
works
the
with
name.
it. If so, there are going to be amazing video quality regarding all of the video game stuff going forward, except for maybe Fortnite.
Okay, so the leader of the group, Jackson Riker,
Yes,
is formerly known as Gunner in TNA.
Oh, okay.
They did have a little bit of a big chance at one of the takeovers for like the tag titles, and boy did Jackson Riker get put over. No matter what they did to him and how much they hit him, he kept getting up. Like they built him up strong.
Nice.
But overall, the team didn't really get to achieve much. But they've been doing it very well on SmackDown since they've been called up. So hoping if they don't win tonight for Money in the Bank, they'll still be used strongly going forward.
Okay.
And then instead of just being jobbed out after 3 weeks. But all right, so Adam, I'm gonna throw this one to you because you are the challenger.
I am.
For my predictions champion, and you are trying to end your 2 losses.
Yeah.
So
where are we starting off with the match? Which match?
We're picking up with the New Day Tag Team Championship defense.
Okay. We've got New Day. We've got the Usos.
Morrison.
We've got Lucha House
Usos.
Party.
Because the Usos one of the Usos is injured.
Yeah. And we've got
Forgotten Sons.
yeah, I totally forgot about him. So most likely I'm going to say the anarchist in me wants to go Lucha House Party all day on this one. Just because.
So do I, because I can see Vince going, like the whole well, fuck it attitude that they're saying that Vince has now. I can say, do it, fine, just Lucha House Party.
Put the belts on them.
Yep.
The Revival said that I treat the division like a joke, so here you go. Like, oh crap! In that case, I could totally see it happening. No, let's go with New Day to retain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just because you know what. Again, it's WWE, and I'm still pissed off about a lot of stuff from them, especially their whole releasing 40% of their entire staff to save money when they didn't need to.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck if I lose here, so I'm going with Lucha House Party just for the fuck of it. I'm just gonna go with it.
House Party. Woo.
I'm gonna laugh if I'm right.
I know.
If this happens, I'm gonna be like, Adam, you really need to check your office for microphones because.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna move on to Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. I'm gonna throw it to you again, and then I'll do the next 2, and we'll split up the Money in the Banks back and forth.
This one, I'm saying that Drew is retaining.
Yeah, see, I have the feeling the same thing, but I could also see them put the belt on Seth right here, and then have him have Drew McIntyre pick it back up from Seth, like at SummerSlam in front of a live crowd. But at the same time, he's been doing they've actually booked Drew amazing. Like, he's a cool badass character. Like, he's awesome on the mic. He's been really a badass, and not diminishing him like they normally do with their badass characters because it's PG.
Yeah, you gotta worry about the sponsors and stuff.
But my thing is though, I think Seth Rollins with he's got derailed with the Authors of Pain, one of them getting injured, tearing his bicep.
Yep.
Half his ministry, his whole, and also Owens, who just beat him, basically said is refusing to is kind of injured and also kind of refusing to do the tapings apparently.
Oh, Okay. Oh yeah, he's got rumors of that, I guess. Anyway,
screw it. I'm just gonna go with Seth Rollins. I'm going with Seth Rollins.
Really? So for me, I'm the reason I'm saying Drew for this one retaining outside of just Drew's retaining. First of all, you got to keep the guy who beat Brock Lesnar strong.
Yep.
And Seth, after losing to Kevin the way he did at or the match that they had, and then the not match that they had at WrestleMania, you Seth is technically, in my eyes anyways, weaker.
Well, that's the thing, because he didn't have Buddy Murphy when he fought Kevin Owens. So now he has. I mean, my bad, Murphy.
Yeah, just Murph. It's just going to come down to Murph at some point.
Yeah. It's going to come down to M at some point.
Murr.
He didn't have that. So you could still keep Drew McIntyre looking very, very strong and still haven't dropped the belt to Seth with Murphy's help and all that, and build back up to Drew taking the belt at the next, once we have fans in there.
Yeah.
But I don't think, personally, I think he should be the one who takes it off McIntyre to go full blown as I am the Messiah. He's already claiming, but no, I am the Messiah. I've risen again, and have him drop it at next year's WrestleMania. But because of what's going on, yeah, like I said, I don't care. I'm just gonna put Seth Rollins.
Okay.
I do think Drew McIntyre is gonna retain here, though.
He is.
All right. I'm gonna go. This one's easy because it's Bailey.
Oh, versus Tamina. Bailey.
Yep. It would be funny if they actually had it. They actually put it on Tamina for the hell of it, but no.
No.
Okay, so we're moving on. But I do definitely think we'll see a miscommunication between Sasha and Bailey.
Oh yes.
Almost costs Bailey the championship.
Yes.
And that's because it's going to be building up. They're literally going to be doing this until building up to SummerSlam for this split, which I'm fine with. Slow burn it. Actually, I kind of want to see him do this loss. Not a loss, but this big screw up. But then have them get back on the same page for June, and then in July we start to see the split again.
Okay.
And whoever's going to be the babyface is the one all throughout June teasing behind the other person's back, they're going to turn. That way the other one will then turn.
Yes.
And be the babyface. Who will actually be the babyface. But we'll see. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. I'm going with Strowman on this one. I think because the whole thing with Bray is the Fiend gets involved with people who's Bray's lost.
Yes.
So I think what they're going to do is they're going to try to set up Braun so he has a win. They'll protect Bray.
Oh yeah.
In this, but they'll give Strowman a win here. But this way it sets up the Fiend to have a reason to go after Strowman, and then they'll put the belt back on the Fiend.
Yes.
So
yeah.
But who are you going with?
I'm gonna the way that you described it. I'm gonna go with Braun on this one.
Okay.
Look. The only way that they could change that is that suddenly it's the Fiend that comes out. And if it is the Fiend that comes out and Braun still wins, I will not be cool with that.
No, that's why I think that's why they put Bray in there first.
Right.
Because Bray, we've seen history of him wrestling The Miz in December.
Yep.
And then, so having this one, where they still have that connection. Bray has the connection to Strowman through the Wyatt family, but they've never wrestled and done damage to Bray.
Right.
The Fiend, outside of Goldberg, only goes after the people who have offended.
See, that's why I felt that match against Goldberg should have been Bray.
Yeah.
And it really should have just been when Bray loses. Bray's not. Bray gets some wins here and there, but on average, he's going to lose 50% of the time. Mm-hmm. The Fiend does not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That way you can still book 50-50 and have Bray drop a belt and then pick it back up later.
Yep.
What you do, yeah.
That's what you like. Also, you do is like you build this way. You build up to Fiend winning the belt back, and then you can build back to whenever Roman comes back.
Yes.
If the Fiend has had a longer reign, you can build to Reigns winning the Universal Championship from him, and it won't hurt Roman because the Fiend had a long reign.
Right.
And it's actually built well there. Because the WrestleMania, when they were going to put the belt on him at WrestleMania, it was going to be the Fiend. It was too short. The reign before the Fiend was too short.
Yes.
But putting the belt on the Fiend in like June, and you go until like WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or maybe even the Survivor Series, but I think Royal Rumble is the minimum.
Yes.
As a run, then you have something there. Then you have that time where the Fiend had dominated, and then you need your nowadays superhero, not the old one who should have lost, comes in and defeats the Fiend for the championship.
See, that would be a wonderful way to get Roman over, if it wasn't for the fact that there's rumors of him having backstage heat.
Yeah.
So
I actually saw. Well, the funny thing is, I actually watched something. Wrestle Talk covered this. Vince constantly goes back and forth on his mind about Roman. Should we mention him? No comment. Do not mention him on the show. Oh, FS1, do an hour-long program about Roman Reigns. Don't mention him on the show. Do this. He constantly is going back and forth on what to do about Reigns.
All I can think of is that most of the FS1 stuff was pre-approved.
It's possible. But that's what people are saying. Like, no, is that he is constantly going back and forth on how to handle Reigns.
Oh, okay.
Absence. So... And it's more like because they don't want to necessarily mention why he's not there, because then it brings up the fact that, if it's considering a risk to health, then why are you doing shows?
No, I mean,
so they don't want to bring that up.
You could just go, hey, look, Roman does not think that being here is worthy of his health right now.
Well, that's my thing is, if you did an actual angle instead of just randomly removing him, you have an excuse for him to be off TV.
Oh, even better is you can have him cut promos from home and either have it go in the direction of he's a heel where, he's like, I'm not coming in. Screw you guys. Give me a worthy challenger. That type of thing.
The Brock Lesnar treatment.
Yeah, kind of. And, he'll get heat. Or you could have it, you could have gone the other way where it was, you didn't show up for WrestleMania. We all know what was going on around that time. You didn't show up, so you can sit at home. And it's punishment.
Yeah. But yeah. All right, so we're going to move on to the first ladder Money in the Bank. Well, both are going to be going on at the same time. Yeah. We're going to handle these separately. So, Adam, I'm going to throw this one to you.
Okay.
For the men's Money in the Bank, out of Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin, Otis, or AJ Styles, who's walking away with the Money in the Bank briefcase?
So, weird one that I would like to see, Otis. That's totally one of those, like, every time Kane was ever in a Money in the Bank match, I was like, I want Kane to win. I want Kane to do it.
Just for the hell Well, apparently Vince McMahon likes Otis.
I know. But it's still not like Money in the Bank winners have always fit a category that like AJ, Daniel Bryan, and
King Corbin.
No, not Corbin.
Corbin has won it though.
Yeah, I know Corbin, but like he was like the bucking of the system type of guy. Yeah. The other guy, not Rey Mysterio. I'm blanking on his name. His finisher is the Black Mass.
Aleister Black?
Yes, thank you. See, Daniel Bryan, Aleister Black, and AJ kind of fit what a Money in the Bank winner has always been. It's somebody who's just like, you're up there, but right now you kind of need that one other thing to get you over.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Aleister Black takes this one. I don't know, but this is up to you. So who's your pick?
Daniel Bryan. And he's going to continue going on the heel eco warrior thing.
Nope, he's not been he's been away from that for a while now.
What is he doing now? I liked that.
Oh, so did I. He's been doing stuff with I can't think of his name. He's been like another guy who's a 205 guy. He's basically been saying what happened to the old Daniel Bryan and mentoring them. I can get you back. It's actually been some of the best stuff that people have been saying.
Cool.
Both are very technical based. I can't think of his Drew Gulak.
Okay, then yes, most likely it'll be Daniel Bryan pulling down that briefcase.
I'm going with AJ Styles, and yes, the answer to our question for me is going to be AJ Styles going off the edge of the building. I'm covering my bases here.
With the briefcase, clutching it.
Yes, he wins it, and then someone out of spite. Oh no! AJ's up on the ladder. He's unhooking it, and then Dolph shows up to spoil stop Otis, and he super kicks Otis, who falls into the ladder, and AJ, who's already he's won the match, but then flies off the ladder over the side, dying, but with a briefcase.
And in 3 weeks, shows up with no injuries.
Yep. With the briefcase.
With the briefcase.
But the briefcase is completely bent and destroyed.
Oh, it is beat up.
Yeah. And it's like he landed on that briefcase and it saved his life.
What? Yes.
All right.
Oh, that's genius.
Okay, so now we're going to move on to the women's Money in the Bank, and I am going with the only person I think worthy of winning it. Though I do think there's one other person who will probably potentially walk out with it. And I'm going to go with Asuka.
Okay. Who's in the match?
So we have Asuka, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella. Ooh, you know what we've done in the past? We've done multiple picks.
Yeah, we have.
For these matches. Okay, so we'll do that again we'll do 2 picks.
Okay. All right.
For this.
In that case,
do your women's first.
Okay. Asuka.
Okay, and Asuka too. Okay.
Baszler.
Ooh. I think Baszler's too much of an obvious.
That's why she's my second.
Mine is Lacey Evans.
All right.
Because they've been wanting to push her. I can just see them doing the whole...
She's gotten better, but still kind of green.
Oh, yeah, but she's gotten a lot better. But...
I mean, I kind of feel that she's at that moment that Braun Strowman was in 18.
No, she was a lot better than he was then.
Okay, early 2019 then.
But see, here's the thing, though, with Lacey Evans, though. Unlike the last few years, where a cash-in has to happen at Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
You can have Lacey hold that briefcase for the rest of the year, so she keeps getting better.
Okay.
You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna call it right now.
Yeah.
Whoever the winner, and here's the thing, though. I'm also picking. Here's the reason why I'm picking Asuka as my winner.
Yeah.
Apparently, Becky's showing up on Raw to confront the winner of the money. So they're hinting at it's going to be there. But the last year's was Bayley. She was on SmackDown.
Right.
It made sense. Right. But I feel like that. But also, you know, it'd be funny if Lacey Evans did win. But I could just see it the Monday or the Friday after Money in the Bank. The Money in the Bank winner cashes in because Vince is like, no one's ever going to see this coming.
That's yeah. That would be cool.
He'll be like, we're gonna do. No one's gonna expect. We're gonna have the woman cash in the same night. Vince, we did that last year. I know. They never expect.
They would never expect us to do it 2 years in a row.
I think they did do it 2 years in a row. Yeah, they did, because when Alexa Bliss won it the year before, she did it. They'll never expect us to do it 3 years in a row.
No one would expect this. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're gonna expect this, Vince. Okay. You got a point. The next night on Raw, they're gonna cash in on Money in the Bank.
Okay, you know what? I just this is just me being me. I want the New Day to come out in red robes as the Spanish Inquisition for the Royal Rumble because no one would expect it. And then to be like, nobody expects, and then pull off the robes, the New Day, and then come run, and then all three of them, well, and then it's like Kofi goes in.
Yeah. Okay, so we now have
Book it,
the
Vince.
second pick
Book
for
it.
the men's. So your second pick for the men's.
Aleister Black.
You bastard! You stole mine.
Well,
I don't necessarily think the Money in the Bank briefcase works for his character.
no, but
that doesn't stop them from putting the briefcase on people.
right. Like we had Baron Corbin walking around with a briefcase.
Yeah, it didn't work for him. You know who would fit the best though? Damien Sandow, when he was the annoying and he put like the leather version of it.
Yeah.
That was like an actual business briefcase. It fit him perfectly. And then they had him lose to John Cena.
Yes, exactly.
So okay, those are our picks, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're gonna move on to our 2 questions because I thought of another question.
All right. I like the fact that you're doing it on the fly, man. I like that. Shows initiative.
Okay.
You know what?
You
You might get a promotion out of this.
mean I actually might get a paycheck for a change?
I cannot guarantee that at this time. I can guarantee though a promotion with more responsibility.
And you're supposed to be like, you're not supposed to say it that way. It's like, whoa. Who's saying anything about being paid? I'm just talking about promotion.
Look, Tim.
Okay,
Tim,
so our
we can't
2
talk about
questions
that
are,
on the air, okay?
Who is going over the edge of Titan Towers in the Money in the Bank ladder match? It does not have to be a man. It can be a woman. We're going to get 2 picks here.
Okay.
I've already have mine down. I've already mentioned AJ Styles.
We've both pretty much said that that AJ's going over.
Even though AJ's my pick for him to win.
Wait a second.
My first pick.
Is Mandy Rose in the women's?
No, she is not.
Okay, no. Okay. Because that would have been kind of cool that Otis would have been kept running over to their ring and just be like, hey, let me help you.
I think she'll show up and be a part of this in some way or form.
Oh, probably.
Because Otis is in there, Dolph is going to show up, so she'll be there. Mandy and Sonya Deville are having their first match of their feud tonight on SmackDown.
Okay.
So which honestly that should have been moved to the pay-per-view.
Maybe.
Actually have another one. Having 3 women's matches going on.
Yeah.
Instead of, but who knows? Oh well. So who is your second pick, Adam?
My second pick. Who's in the women's match again? Asuka, Shayna Baszler.
Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella.
Carmella.
Okay.
And I wanted to this is just me being kind of a dick to Carmella, even though it's purely character. I'm like I have nothing personal. I don't truly wish harm upon I forget what her real name is. But Carmella, I want her to trip off the edge of Titan Tower, and I want it to happen in the background. Like, it's just something the camera catches in the background, and you're like, wait, did she just fall off? But everything continues on as if nothing else happened.
Okay, and then you get to see the fall on a replay.
Oh yeah, Jerry the King Lawler shows up and he's like, "Play that back. That was hilarious."
No. Like, you have the match finish up, and everyone's like, "Where's Carmella?"
Yes, even like the announcers don't catch it in the background. It's the end of the match, and they're like, "Where did Carmella go?"
Okay, so we have that.
I'm sorry.
My second pick is actually going to be King Corbin.
Okay.
It's either AJ or King Corbin going over if it's out of the men. I don't think they're actually going to do any of the ladies just because they're not. I just don't think they're going to want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a men's thing. They're going to play that card, and it's going to be a man who goes over. I think it would be great if two people went over and they went over at the same time. But I don't think that's going to happen.
No, not really.
All right. So our next question is, who is the mystery hacker? Because apparently we're going to find out the identity, and they're going to reveal something at Money in the Bank that's going to split up some tag teams, a tag team.
Okay.
So obviously, most people are calling it Ali.
Yes.
But there's been rumors of it being Chad Gable, being both.
No, I believe it's Ali.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going with Ali too. So.
Okay.
And so there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Those are our picks for Money in the Bank 2020. Let us know down in the comment section what you thought of our picks. Tell us your picks for these matchups, and tell us if you actually give a shit. Because according to the ratings, no one does. Because those ratings keep tanking for Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, I saw Raw was at like 1.16 million.
No, it wasn't that bad. It's the worst rating ever, but it's not that low.
Well, anyway.
It's like 1.5 or something like that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Speaking of ratings, though, Wednesday Night War ratings, because, to all the people out there who are going, well, why would you compare AEW Dynamite to the C show of NXT? It's because they're on at the exact same time. That's what you do. Derp.
Exactly. That's the entire Monday night, Wednesday Night War.
Yeah.
It's always the two shows that are on at the same night. That's the war.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be the war between the two shows.
Yeah.
And honestly,
the Monday Night War between WCW and WWE was literally a war between companies because Turner wanted to compete with them.
Yeah.
And then Eric Bischoff was literally wanting to put WWE out of business.
I mean, he was also just like, you want to compete with them? You do it at the same time. You go dick to dick against them. You sword fight like the greatest man ever.
Yeah. So.
And sadly, Vince McMahon had the better sword in that situation.
As much as we criticize Vince now, you cannot deny the man is a creative genius when it came
down to it.
Came down to things, and when he had to adapt, he always adapt. He just doesn't feel like he has to adapt, and that's the problem. He's not realizing he does need to adapt.
Yeah. Anyway, so AEW won again this week. Their rating.
Wait! Before you say the news, the actual ratings. Good news for both shows. The ratings were up for both shows.
Yes. I mean, this was... I know AEW, this was their first live show.
Yes, and NXT was taped.
Okay. All right. So, in that case, the taped NXT show got 663,000, and the live AEW... What?
Which it was up by like 5% or something like that,
yes.
I believe. And AEW's number was
732,000,
and they were up like 7.4%,
right.
I think, from the week before. But yeah, it's good news for both shows. The ratings were up compared to last week's lower numbers. It is going to be interesting to see if as the next few weeks go on, if AEW's numbers keep going up because it's live versus NXT, which is going to be taped for the next few weeks.
I gotta say, I mean, it is for Wednesday night wrestling. The combined total is about 1.3, 1.4.
Yeah, we had for a Wednesday night there were people watching wrestling,
Yeah,
which was a good thing.
And you hear that Raw is turning in a 1.5 or 1.6. That means that Wednesday night is drawing about the exact same. The same
close.
amount of people as Monday night.
Overall,
it just means that there are that many people who will watch wrestling on that night.
Yeah.
So honestly, if it actually does show that WWE cut AEW's audience by putting NXT on that night.
Yes, they did. Yeah, it's one of those things where you just gotta go with it is. Speaking of AEW,
yes.
So apparently, Tony Khan has said that AEW's lost millions of dollars. And no, Adam, no, it's not because of Orange Cassidy and the lawsuits that have been filed against him for all the damage he's done.
What are you talking about?
It is the fact that they've lost out on all the money from the gates of having live shows for those tapings.
Yes.
The new deal with TNT has actually helped them a lot. Is their actually only income right now. Mm-hmm. And Tony Khan, unfortunately, said has not had to release people. He's taking care of his people. But if this goes on much longer, he may have to start making cuts. Which would be a downside if he actually had to go through and release people. And I do think if he does have to release people, it is a good. We can criticize. They should be a little bit of a criticism.
Oh yeah.
To AEW because of what's going on. It depends on when they do it, but at the same time, I do think it's a little bit more understandable because AEW is still a brand new company.
Right. They're still a new young company, but Tony is going through and going, look, it's still a business. I need to keep the business afloat during this time. If that means they have to thin down the roster, so be it.
Yes.
No, but that's totally different than the both of us criticizing WWE for doing it and not actually saving the company any money.
Yeah, they didn't need to release all those talent.
They weren't.
For all those people.
The company wasn't losing money.
No, they had to make cuts and everything, but the money they were going to save by releasing those talent. No, you released like Edge's contract that he just signed for $7 million a year.
Exactly. It should be the expensive contracts. Just be like, guys, we got to cut you for now.
Yeah, actually, and Edge shouldn't even be the one you should cut. If Brock Lesnar still has a contract,
yes,
if he does, he should be the first one to go.
Exactly.
Like go after these part-time contracts that you have, and get rid of them, and that pays basically for the next few months,
right?
Of
everyone else's contracts.
But Vince won't do that because these part-timers, they're the big draws. They're the future in this company.
Of course they are. Of course.
We can't make new talents because WWE sucks.
Well, you can't push anyone to the point that they can leave the company and never need the company ever again. Come on.
Exactly. But that's the whole excuse why TV ratings are down is because they're spending a lot more time developing new stars. They're burying some of their best talent over on Raw with Ricochet.
You've been not building, actively not building stars for years now.
Yeah. You've had this chance, and you have built maybe a few stars here and there, but they've never been good stars because you always cut the legs out from under them, and then you give them their break when you have no choice, like Braun Strowman.
Yep.
He should have won the Universal Championship years ago.
He should have won it when he was hot.
Yeah. But it is what it is. All right, Adam, what's next on the docket?
All right, next up. We'll stick with some AEW related news.
Okay.
Chris Jericho podcast The Revolting were on there. FTR.
Revolt.
Sorry, the Revolt. I find them revolting. Okay. It's Dax Hardwood.
Wait.
Or is it Harwood? Could someone down in the comments
Hardwood.
let me know if it's Harwood or Hardwood? And Cash Wheeler.
It's Hardwood.
You know, the guys you used to know as the Revival. They were on with Jericho, and they had. It's weird. Like you have to say that yes, it was a shoot interview, but it doesn't feel like they were purposely airing grievances. It felt more like Chris Jericho was just having a conversation with two wrestlers who had been released by a major company.
Okay, according to Wikipedia, it's spelled Harwood without the D.
It's Harwood. Okay. Or if it was up here in New England, it's Harwood.
I'm going to say it's Hardwood because it's more of a porn name.
Oh, gosh. All right. Anyway. Yeah, there were some, the whole thing that the reason that they decided not to re-sign, like the reason that they told WWE, it's like, no, we're just not re-signing, guys. Like, this isn't happening. That decision was made because in their words, that WWE looked at the tag team division and treated it like a joke.
They actually said they would rather lose to the champions every night than actually have those champions put on them.
Yep.
Chips put on them. Because no matter what they did, it's always going to come back as looking as a failed run.
Yes.
That's how bad the division is. And also, it comes down to back a few months ago, we were talking about how the rumor is that because they're not re-signing and they keep refusing to re-sign, they were going to make them a comedy tag team because to bury them on the way out. And we now know it's true because we've leaked, the photo's been leaked, and they have said they remember getting called to the back because they've been trying to get to Vince McMahon so they could talk about their reasons for why they're not re-signing.
Right.
And said, we'll re-sign if you can get assurances that you're going to actually make the tag team division relevant, because that's what they cared about.
Right. They're tag team wrestlers.
Yeah. They didn't care about big numbers. And by the way, the whole $750,000 a year number was only one of the numbers. There were ones that were a lot higher that they turned down.
Yes. But they didn't, like, this interview was actually two gentlemen talking about what they did in the WWE. That's they weren't going out of their way to bash the WWE. Basically, they did the gentleman thing instead of honestly, CM Punk kind of went out sore grapes.
Well, yeah. I don't blame CM Punk though, because the way he was treated, and then getting your termination papers on your wedding day. Yeah. I'm okay. I have no problem. When you go to that level,
it's understandable why he, basically lost his cool and was just like, fuck those guys. I'm going to tear them down. While at the same time, the Revival is going, no, us and John Moxley, we were done. It was time to find something else.
So what happened was when they were presented these gimmicks, there were a bunch of people in the Vince's office. They presented it, and it wasn't just supposed to be like a comedy tag team like everyone was thinking. Yes, it was supposed to be comedy, but the idea was like they were going to come out and say, apparently the only way to get over in this company is you have to do something comedic. You got to be funny. You have to do this. So we're going to do this. It's basically make a fool out of themselves, but at the same time, saying like this is how we're supposed to get over. So we're going to do this.
Right.
And Dash, now as Cash Wheeler, said he laughed out loud. Well, everyone else in there was dead serious about like this being a great idea. And they said to Vince, we will do this. You want to do this? We will do this. Yep. We will put 100% into this until June. But we're not, there's no way we're re-signing. No way.
Yeah.
And then, but if you want us to do this, we will go 100% with this as you want. We'll do whatever you want us to do until our contracts run out, but then we're gone. We're not re-signing.
It's a gentleman thing to do with the company.
Yep. And then by the next week, they were taken off all house shows and weren't used. And they've said that they weren't sure if they didn't go through with it is because they agreed to go with it and it lost some of the humor to them, or if it was just like that. That's when Vince realized, oh, they're not re-signing, and we don't want them to get over or have TV time before on their way out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, to me, I personally think it's a bunch of both. I think it's like Vince lost the humidity, the hilarity in it for him when they agreed to do it, because he thinks this is a punishment, but he's not treating it like a punishment, but he's like very serious, but it's a great idea. But he finds it hilarious. But then people were like, if we go through with this, these two guys could probably get this over.
Yes.
And then we just made it look like we're trying to bury them on the way out. They got it over. They're really good. And then they leave. And then we just help promote them, another guy to be a bigger star. They said, nope, take him off.
Yeah.
That's my guess. We don't know for a fact. But I'm just telling my opinion based on things and what we've seen in the past.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's a really good interview. Because I actually went and listened to it because
I still haven't been able to. I've caught all these things to know from this podcast. That part of it I've seen. I have not. Yep. So at work, I'm not able to listen to podcasts. So
how dare they?
I wish I could.
Don't your company know that is your 28th Amendment right to listen to podcasts at work?
I mean, if I was running my own press, I definitely would. I just feel like, hey, press partner, guess what? We're listening to Chris Jericho for 2 hours this morning. All right, pro wrestling. If I was in control of the press, I certainly would. I'm not. So instead, it's the press ops decision as to what we listen to.
Yeah. But it was a good podcast. I definitely recommend everyone go and listen to it and hear from themselves of their opinion with WWE.
Yeah.
Where they want to go, because they did not say they're going to AEW in this, which makes sense.
No.
But they did say they gave a list of every single tag team they want to face out there.
Okay. On this list, we've got... And
don't you dare start with the one that was the obvious one.
Well, I'm trying not to go with the most... the Briscoes, Gorillas of Destiny, of course the Young Bucks.
You bastard.
I believe...
The North.
The North?
And TNA.
Oh, yes.
Impact.
Yes, them from TNA. Basically, they wanted to straight up, and they were just like, we want to go after every top tag team in every company, and just, why not?
Which goes along the lines that the rumor is the contract that they're negotiating with AEW allows them to work with companies outside the U.S.
All right.
So that would limit them from being able to wrestle the North, but every other tag team on their list, they could.
So
because the Young Bucks are part of AEW.
Here's
New Japan, Girls of Destiny.
Here's the thing. You know how I keep talking about the
your stupid new wrestling?
No, God. not that. The conspiracy of 4 companies coming together.
Nope, never heard of such a thing.
No, never heard of that one. Maybe I could throw a 5th company in there just to play around a little bit. But suddenly, these guys are the first team to do it. That they straight up travel between all of these companies. In fact, like, they go to New Japan. They beat the Gorillas of Destiny. They then show up at Ring of Honor with the IWGP Tag Team Championships, beat it and get those. And like by the time they get to AEW, they have every belt. And then they go to Wrestle Kingdom. At Wrestle Kingdom is their first loss.
Well, if they sign with AEW right off the bat, they will not be able to go to Ring of Honor or Impact. The Briscoes, however, could go over to New Japan to have that match, though.
Yeah.
They just couldn't come in if they signed with AEW first and they were allowed to wrestle outside the company. But if they went to them afterwards, then they could technically do that.
So if their contract with AEW is that they wrestle for AEW in the United States,
yes,
TNA is now based in Canada.
They've been doing all their shows in the U.S. though.
But what they do is they win those belts at a show in Canada for TNA.
I'm going to take a wild guess is when people say sign contracts with companies like AEW, it's going to be North America.
I know. But it would be kind of cool if they were just like walked into AEW and were like Young Bucks, who at that point Young Bucks have the AEW tag champs, and they're like just hold up their arms and it's all the gold, and they're like, so let's do this.
We've come for those.
No flips, just fists.
No, it's no flips or flops, just fists, as Jericho put it. And they're like, well, yeah, that could be the new one because AEW is challenging them on their trademark on the no flips, just fists marker.
Yeah.
The difference between the trademarks that both have filed, the Revivals have a comma, the WWE's doesn't. I would find it hilarious if WWE's got rejected because they forgot the comma and they awarded it to the Revival.
Even better, the WWE does win it. The Revival immediately file for a trademark on all fists, no flips.
Yeah.
And that's it. And they're just like, WWE's like, oh, you assholes. Oh, come on.
They would challenge it, saying it's too close to the one that they have.
They'd be like, yeah,
sure.
Whatever. Like, I'd just be like, look, stop being petty, okay?
But yeah, no, it's one of those things. It's such a really good podcast because one of the things that they do mention is they are such an old school tag team. Their whole goal is never to outshine the babyface. They are a heel team.
Yes.
Never outshine the babyface. They're supposed to make the babyface team look good. Even in defeat, when the team they win, it's supposed to make them look good. And another key thing for them is to never outshine each other.
Right.
Because they hate the whole, which one of you is Marty, which one of you is Sean.
I actually hate that about tag team wrestling.
I do. I mean, and I will say this. For the longest time in the early 2000s, and even up through the early 2010s, most teams, you had a Marty, you had a Sean. In a sense, when you see what when they break up and accomplish, maybe not to a world level, championship level, but there was always kind of been that bigger name star.
But that's because the WWE would just go and be like, you know what, you guys have gotten so hot as a tag team, we're splitting you up so you can be hotter as single stars. One of you will fail.
Yes. And they have one that they want to push over the other one. And
right.
It's mostly WWE who does this.
Yeah.
So we've seen more and more, like there have been teams that have been just keep teaming together. More on the outside of WWE, which is obviously, but it's great to see that these guys had that same mind frame. Like, no, we're tag teams. We're a tag team.
Yeah. There's a division for us for a reason.
Yeah. And Cash Wheeler, not, and by the way, just so you know, Dax Harwood is not Dash Wilder.
No.
And thank you for doing this, because it pisses off Plumpy of WrestleTalk.
It bothers me in my brain. Like, I'm actually at the point that I'm already going, well, thank God they also changed their facial hair as well, because otherwise I'd just be like, son of a... No, you're supposed to be Dax because your name originally started with a D, okay?
By the way, Dax Hardwood, thank you for giving us that glorious mustache.
True.
That porn stash of yours to go with that nice porn name.
I'm willing to bet if I shaved to the point of only have a mustache, I would have a glorious mustache right now. Like, I am...
I dare you. I dare you to shave and take a picture of that glorious mustache.
Oh, I haven't seen my chin in like a decade. Okay,
That's the point. I want to see that.
I don't want to see that.
I want to see how much hideous your face gets without facial hair.
No, because I can feel that I have like a double chin going on, and I do not want that showing up. That's what this facial hair is for. But yeah, my mustache, it's Jim Gordon level, Magnum PI level.
Yeah, I doubt that.
It's glorious.
Yes, go check out that Jericho's podcast to get the full review, because it's a great showing. All right, Adam, what's next on the docket?
All right, we've got brand new introduction. We got to talk about somebody's entrance.
Yes, finally I get to bitch and complain about something.
So Karrion Kross, aka
formerly known as Killian
Kross.
Not Killian Kross, Killer Kross.
Killer Kross, yes.
He's finally actually debuted in NXT, and we got to see his entrance music. His entrance to his match. And let me just say it this way. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's definitely, you have to go and watch it to see it. It screams big star.
Yes, it does.
This is a big star. Production level on this thing is big star. Unfortunately, the big star that it's for is Scarlett Borbax, not Karrion Kross.
No,
because
it is like the entire entrance is all about her.
Yes, and she has come forward saying it is her voice she's lip syncing to.
Okay, I mean all right, sweet. So it is her voice, so she can lip sync to that all she wants for an entrance.
Yes, I kind of thought it might be when I was watching it the first time, because she did such a good job of lip syncing it. If it's not yours, or if you're not used to saying it beforehand, I'm sorry. No matter how, you have to go through that rehearsal so many times
to be able to really get that on camera that well, because your lips are not something that you can see.
Yeah, unless she just sat in front of a mirror over and over and over, which is possible, but I still don't think she would have gotten it that good.
No.
But here's the thing. Like I've said, the whole thing, production value is awesome. It's an awesome entrance. It's just not Karrion Kross's entrance, because you see her come out onto the stage. He comes up behind her. That's the first time we see him. And then the rest of the entrance is her walking down, super zoomed in, lip singing, and we don't see Karrion again until he's in the ring.
Yeah.
That is Scarlett Borbax's entrance. I'm sorry. And therefore, it is a terrible entrance for him.
Yes.
You need to see more of him as part of it. They're together. That's fine.
Here's the thing I just realized. For that entrance, Karrion Kross is the valet.
Yes, pretty much. But that's the thing. You need to see more of him in this entrance. Right. Seeing the part of Scarlett when she's lip singing, if she's actually going to be wrestling in WWE, which I think she will at some point. I absolutely think she will. That fits her. You can do that entire part of it when she's coming down to the ring. But this is Karrion coming to the ring. We need to see more than him when he walks behind her and when he's in the ring. I'm sorry.
I really think
it's stupid otherwise.
The part where it is totally zoomed in on her, I feel that I kind of like that for a little bit coming down the ramp, but then the camera stops and she continues past it. That's where Karrion turns around and walks to the camera. Never says anything, just walks.
No, he's facing.
Facing the so he camera. Just at that moment he starts walking down.
Yeah, because I thought the same thing. I thought he had his back to it, but I actually saw a thing, and you see him in the background watching.
Okay.
She's coming down.
He waits until she gets to the ring, then he heads down. Because if you notice, she comes out, then he comes out.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I do want to point this out because it's a very fair criticism. We're basing this solely on a no-audience arena.
Right.
We don't know how this is actually going to play off when there's actually fans in there.
Well,
because you're
fans,
guaranteed
and you can have...
you're going to see crowd shots in there.
Yeah.
And we'll probably get some more of the whole of... Well, it'll probably change somewhat once we have fans back in the arena, I think. But as it is now and how everyone's saying, oh, this is awesome, this is the greatest entrance we've seen in a very long time, which, when it's done shot correctly, with more of him in it, it will be a Nakamura level entrance.
Oh, I have a
Aleister
feeling
Black
that,
level entrance.
You know, the camera work that you can do with, you know, a live audience or in a larger venue would have lent this to an even, because that music is awesome.
Yeah, and since they had the CFO money falling out with WWE, some of the entrance musics have been hit and miss.
Yeah, but this is one that, like, really great. I'm going to say, this is good.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing. It's just the way they're shooting it, and I do want to, and I'm pointing it out, we're basing this on a no fan action. But to see how so many people on the internet, especially at Wrestle Talk, this is the greatest entrance for him. Yeah, this is... I'm like, you guys are overlooking the biggest flaw of it without actually analyzing.
Karrion Kross wasn't really in his own entrance.
Yeah. So how is this a great entrance for him when he's hardly in it?
Like,
it's Scarlett Bobax's entrance.
All of the pieces
that's how it is.
Yeah, all of the pieces are there for a great entrance. It's just,
you just gotta...
The focus was in the wrong spot.
Yes. And again, we'll probably fix it as we get fans back in the arena. But again, I had to rant about this because I'm just like, everyone's saying it's a great entrance. It's a great entrance. I'm like, it's Scarlett Bobax's entrance. It's not Karrion Kross. Because he's not in it more than 5 seconds.
On the stage.
10 seconds.
And then the camera catches back to him in the ring.
Yeah, that's the only time. 10 seconds he's in the entire entrance. He's not part of it's not part of his entrance. It's not his. It's I'm sorry. All right, let's move on, or I'll just keep ranting. Give me something else I can rant about.
Okay. Do you want to talk about a video game, or do you want to talk about a movie?
I want to talk about a movie.
Okay. So here's the thing. You ready for this one?
What's that?
Hot take on this one. Becky Lynch to Marvel movies. To Marvel Studios.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
So
yes.
You were actually you were telling me about this. I saw it and I was just like, I'm gonna keep going. Like I just skipped the article.
So I should be the one who talks about this?
Yes.
Not that I haven't talked enough.
I know Marvel, so for me, I'm just like, I'm running through going, what character could she be?
Yeah, you're basically the same thing. I was like, okay, what one do... Like, okay. So what the story is the last week or so, it's been stated that Hollywood is taking notice of Becky Lynch because of her online social media presence that she has.
The man?
The man, not just her persona, but just how she uses social media to get herself over, her storylines over, her character over on social media. It's phenomenal social media work. Then seeing how she connects with fans and all that. And she has taken acting classes in the past before she came back to wrestling. She took time off and she was doing acting classes there. She continued. Actually, when she's not wrestling, like when she's home, she's been doing acting classes still. Is taking notice. And the rumor, it's not necessarily a rumor, it's basically being stated as fact. Becky Lynch is going to star in a Marvel film.
Yeah.
Which one?
I'm still trying to figure out who, though.
Yeah. It's one of those things that's like, I don't know, like, I kind of want to see her I would love to see her being a superpowered one, but I kind of want to see her playing, like, a human role that's really kick-ass. And I don't know how many of those are, a lot of those characters.
Becky is Irish, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
So it will be interesting to see there, but it's not just that. Marvel's she's going to be working with Marvel. She did was in the new episode of Billions on Showtime this past week, And not only has she drawn attention, she's getting some advice from some pretty good names in the business and how to navigate Hollywood. I mean, I don't know if these are the biggest names, but they're kind of big. I mean, when you have someone like John Cena helping you and giving you some feedback on stuff, that's a decent good name. And I don't know, like having the Rock. I think that guy's an up and coming star. He's a good name. He made the transition, so he's a good name. He still has a way to go before he's the biggest and highest paid actor of all time, but he has a chance to do it. So getting that advice from those two is absolutely a great thing, and helping her out. And it's a good way because if more people from wrestling make that transition, it's a good alternative career for pro wrestlers when their wrestling career is over. Instead of having to be one of those people who have to keep going back into the business, which is nothing wrong if you love the business that much, but you have an alternative option to go and make.
I have who the character
money.
Should be.
Who? What is it?
Teresa Cassidy. It's Banshee. She's actually a mutant. She's I don't think it's gonna be that one. She's the only one. Like, honestly, there is no other Irish characters.
She doesn't have to play an Irish character, though.
Yeah, she does.
Play other
She's
characters.
never getting rid of that accent. That sexy Irish lass accent.
She doesn't have to play an Irish character. I don't think it's going to be an part of the X-Men because she says she's going to star.
Okay, this is now me moving away from wrestling for a second. So there are there's a whole bunch of rumors that Marvel wants to incorporate the X-Men into the MCU.
No. You're an idiot. Never going to happen.
They own Disney owns both of those studios now, so it totally can
Never going to happen.
Anyway.
They're never going to incorporate it into the MCU. X-Men, they're not that big.
There's an easy way to do it. You can do it through Deadpool. The reason is, at one point in the comics, Deadpool and Siren have a flirty relationship. Like, she keeps hitting on him, while at the same time he's confused about it. But by the time he realizes that she was hitting on him and he starts to reciprocate, she's totally not into him anymore. But still respects him. Like, it's one of those that she's just like, wait, it's never gonna happen. And he's like, but we went back and forth. And she's like, I was young and naive at the time, okay? Like, you could introduce her that way, that she's a friend of Deadpool's.
No, I don't think she's gonna be a mutant. I don't think she's gonna be in the X-Men because they're saying she's gonna star in a movie.
Yeah, it could be part of Deadpool. It's a co-star. No. Still has the word star in it, okay?
No. It could be, but I doubt it. Only time will tell. But if this so I'm more in favor for this because I mean, Becky's done everything she can do in WWE outside of the women's tag team championships, which actually is a downgrade for her. She's never going to be seen in Vince's eyes bigger than Charlotte. Charlotte's always going to have the bigger push, no matter how over Becky is. And she's run through the division. It's time. Just go out, go to Hollywood, go to the Marvel, get over, get big, do some movies. If you really want to wrestle still, come back in a few years when the division has been completely refreshed and you have some new talent and old talent that you can work with, and then have one last run before you retire from wrestling and go fully into Hollywood.
Yeah.
But only time will tell as things were going. But all right, I got that feel good thing for Becky Lynch out. I want to rant about a video game again.
Okay, so once again, we're talking about WWE and a WWE video game, but it's not 2K this time.
What?
We're kind of pulling a Marvel what if scenario here. What if WWE worked with EA on the next game?
Wait. You said I get to rant. I don't want to rant against that. I love the idea. I wanted, when THQ went out of business, I wanted EA Sports to pick up the WWE contract.
I know.
Because regardless of what you have to say about EA and their practices, hiding complete levels behind a paywall, their sports games are good.
Microtransactions like there's no tomorrow. Loot boxes, man. Loot boxes.
Yeah. Those sports games are good.
Yes.
They're really good. They're not always at the same level each year. They do have some down years, but they're always good.
They're always a solid game.
It's always a solid sports game for them. Yes, maybe sometimes when they change the controls, they're not the best that year, and it takes a few years to kind of retool the new design.
Right.
But you cannot deny it's a solid foundation for the sport that they're doing. They know how to break down the sport and bring it into a video game.
Yes.
Would be an awesome thing for WWE to do, because I don't think anyone out there outside of Ukes can do a better wrestling game that's not done it before. Like,
well, AKI,
EA Sports, if they can't do it right, then no one outside of Ukes is doing it right.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there is AKI or Aki.
Yeah, but they've done it before.
Yes.
I'm talking about people who've never done a wrestling game before.
Another company that's just never done it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if like Rockstar was just like, oh, hey, we're doing the next WWE game. And you're like, what? And they make this amazing, beautiful game.
I'd be fine with it. I mean, I'm okay with it. Like, I'm talking about like people who do sports games. I want EA Sports to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But like Rockstar came up and saying, no, we're going to do the next WWE game. I'm like, I want to see what you can come up with.
LucasArts.
What you come up with your video games, I think you could come up with an interesting, do this well. But only time will tell to see if this, because there are rumors going out that EA Sports and WWE are talking.
I'm just thinking of all the possibilities. Like Bethesda comes out and they're just like, yeah, we're gonna do it. Immediately the game is only in first person, and it's very, very glitchy.
Well, see, the thing is, though, that's the thing. Like, all the glitches that 2K has, that especially with the last one, everyone would be like, "Oh, it's so buggy. It's a Bethesda game. Of course, it's buggy.
Yeah,
don't worry, they'll fix it."
People still are like, "Oh my god, though!" But it is so in depth. The things you can do in this game. You're like, but it's I fell through the universe at one point. And they're like, yes, but all you have to do is restart. The patch in 2 weeks is going to totally take care of that. A little while later, you're like,
yeah,
actually, it is probably the best wrestling game in all of existence. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But people won't mind the bugginess of the game because it's a Bethesda game. Everyone knows the Bethesda game when it comes out, it's gonna be buggy.
Treyarch
as long as the game,
makes it.
as long as the game is actually done outside of the bugs is actually done well.
Yeah,
like Skyrim.
Yes,
not the last Fallout game.
No.
Then people are fine with the bugs, and some of the bugs are actually pretty funny too.
Oh, they're funny, and it's something. What even Skyrim had, people were, laughing about the early bugs because they were just like AI glitches.
Yeah, and people they mocked it, but at the same time they were like, it's still a great game.
They're like, it's still fun to play. But yeah, no, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. EA should step the fuck up and start publishing and bring bring Ukes back in and go, hey, we're having you make these games, okay? We're hiring you to make these games. Do it.
No, fuck it. WWE, do not go with EA Sports. AEW, go with EA Sports.
Oh, no, I would much rather AEW find a way to like somehow get Ukes and Aki to work together to develop a game that's going to be released through EA.
Yeah, because the reason, and honestly, out of the two companies, I would say EA would probably better fit with EA Sports because they focus it more on an actual sport, as a wrestling as a sport,
right,
than an actual sports entertainment. But some wrestling company, get your fucking video game made by EA Sports, please.
Yes, please.
Please. All right, that's all we have on the docket.
Yeah, that's it. Oh,
we're gonna wrap this up.
Hold on, no, I got some news this Sunday, or maybe Monday. I'm hoping that it's Sunday. It's probably gonna
sorry,
be
Adam, we don't have any time for this. We're running short. We gotta wrap this thing up. No time for your stupid newer promotion.
Well, I'm hearing rumors that there's supposed to be an episode this week of New England Wrestling Alliance's Slammin' Saturdays, but with the way that the show ended last week, Blood Feud 4, I don't know if we're gonna have a show. I don't really know, man. Not sure. Maybe the universe died. I don't get it.
Thank God. Let's move on.
All right. But tune in, everybody, and check and see what happened. Who knows?
Don't tune in. It's stupid. That'll get canceled. Yeah, I'm not biased against Nua in any way, shape, or form.
No, you're not.
I will never, ever appear on that show in any way, shape, or form. Never.
Right, Mr. Green. Right.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us know about your thoughts of this podcast today. What you thought about our predictions? Are you looking forward to the Climb the Corporate Ladder match for Money in the Bank? What do you thought about Karrion Kross's entrance? Please let us know that you agree with us. If you disagree with us, go to fucking hell.
Whoa, dude. There goes the fourth, our fourth mystery fan who was just looking at, was like, first time ever listening to the podcast, completely confused about the dynamic that was going on here. And now you just pissed them off, and they're gonna leave.
Well, at least my comment didn't get the other three people to go away with your Owen comment. So,
hey, look,
yeah, fuck you.
My
fuck
Owen
off
comment,
too.
my Owen, conspiracy theory here. That's what brought the fourth one in.
Yeah, but we lost 3 fans because of it.
Sacrifices must be made for new fans.
No. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let us know down what you thought of everything down below. Since you're on your way down there and you made it to the end of this hour and a half podcast, go ahead and give us a thumbs up.
Boom.
It really helps support the channel. If you really did like this, please feel to share this on social media. While you're at it, hit that subscribe button.
Ding.
Ring that bell.
Ding. Ding.
Turn on all, and make sure you hit turn on all notifications so you know when all As the Buckle turns and Zop Gaming content goes live.
Yes.
And if you have a problem with that, well, you can get bent. Like those people who think we're wrong about Karrion Kross's entrance.
Fuck off. Wow, hot take. Wow.